I trained my calves for 450 days, and with the worst genetic, they grew 5 centimeters or 2 inches. And today I'm going to explain you all step by step how I did it. What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Aldo, I'm a powerlifter and day trader, and today we'll dive deep into my calves transformation and how I was able to do it. Without wasting more time, let's get to the sauce. First of all, ladies and gentlemen, you gotta eat. Like any other muscle, they won't grow if you're not gaining weight. When I started training calves, I made the mistake of expecting them to grow, but most of the time I was either maintaining my weight or I was cutting, and that didn't make any sense. So get yourself on a bulk, on a caloric surplus, and don't be scared to put on some weight. And now, the part we are all be waiting for, training. We have a lot to cover, so get yourself a notebook and start writing. Over the years, I tried tons of exercises, different combinations of sets and reps, intensity, techniques. Here's what I learned. The best exercise doesn't exist. The perfect exercise for you does. On a side note, I believe that to be true for any muscle you're trying to grow. What I mean by perfect exercise for you is as long as you can perform the exercise on a full range of motion, do a good technique, you feel the muscles working, even though that's not really mandatory. You can progressive overload the exercise and you feel the pump afterwards. Any kind of exercise can be the best for you. I tried training calves on this wheel machine, on a leg press, on another leg press, on a calf machine, on a seated calf machine, and with this setup. I saw the best results whenever I used the machine. I felt best in terms of the pump I got right after performing the exercise. If your calves feel pretty hard and pumped right after doing the exercise, you see a little bit of veins here and there, even though this heavily depends on your body fat, chances are you found the perfect exercise for you. For reference, I feel best my calves on this machine, basically a normal calf machine, but I encourage you all to do some experiments and stick to what you feel, to what you personally feel best. If I were to build a training program where I have to decide how many sets, how many reps, how frequently I want to train my calves, here's what I will do. First, I will start on the lower end of frequency and sets. So I will start training them 2-3 times a week, 3 sets each session, and I will make sure I will organize my days so that I have one low rep range day, 8 to 10 reps, a medium rep range day, 14 to 16 reps, and a high rep range day, 18 to 20 reps. I will start from here, and as I progress, I will add more sets if I feel like my calves are recovering too fast. For example, on rest days till the next session, I feel like I didn't even hit my calves, I will definitely consider adding more sets, but I will go as far as 5 sets each session, and then I will consider adding one more session for the week. Finally, the last 2 key elements, technique and intensity. As for technique, I've been training my calves with a full range of motion for a long time, until recently, thanks to new studies that suggested that training your calves, actually any muscle, focusing on the lower half or on the stretched part of the move gives more gains. So for the past 6 to 8 months, I've been focusing on doing partial reps focusing on the lower half of the move, and that's when I really saw the crazy growth. I still think training your calves with a full range of motion, it's still worth it, as long as you are actually training with a proper technique. So if you're doing a full range of motion, make sure it is actually a full range of motion. So you're focusing both on the stretch part and then on the contraction. I've been going to the gym for 6 years, and trust me when I say I've been seeing people training their calves like crazy. Techniques of all types, but good techniques. Bouncing the rep, using momentum, using your body to leverage yourself into getting more reps, anything. If you're doing this, trust me, at this point, training your calves is just a waste of time, and you're better off adding one extra arms session. And that's actually really sad, since I think most people think that they have bad genetic for their calves, actually for any kind of muscle. Instead, the real reason is they just don't know how to properly train. But even if you have the worst genetic, I promise, if you train full range of motion, partial reps, doesn't really matter, but have a crazy good technique and you train your calves hard enough, they are gonna grow. And they might become your best work of art. Training your calves hard enough, and that's gonna be the next point. As for intensity, what I mean by training your calves hard enough, I train my calves 4 times a week, 3 sets each session, all taken to failure. Now, I don't recommend going to failure to everybody, but definitely for a lot of people. Despite training my calves all sets to failure, and this is another very important point, from 1 week to another, I'm still able to progressive overload the exercise, either adding 2-3 kilos or doing 1 to 2 reps more compared to last week. This is another very important point. I don't think most people train hard enough in general, so training your calves really hard, I know it took me 6 to 8 months to actually training my calves to real failure, really hard, and that's because it takes some time to actually take yourself, push yourself 1 rep more, and then you finally find the real failure or the real hard. And if your last rep doesn't look like this, you're not going to failure. Alright, we are about to end the video. I thought it would be great to do a full recap of everything that's been said, so that you guys have an organized list of everything that you could do to grow your calves. First, you gotta eat more. Gain some weight, get yourself on a bulk, on a caloric surplus, and don't be scared to put on some weight. You will see the progress in both your strength and physique, muscles in general. Second, find the perfect exercise for you. Third, build a training program starting on the lower end of frequency and sets. Organize your days so that I have at least 1 high rep range day and then a low rep range day. In the end, stick and do more of what you personally feel best. Of course, make sure to progressive overload the exercise from week to week, from month to month. Fourth, full range of motion or partial reps, doesn't really matter, but master your technique. Fifth, the last one, train as hard as possible, if not to failure. And that's it. I hope I was helpful in your path to conquer calves growth. Like, subscribe for more, and I'll catch you in another one.